He taped a violation notice to my own front door, demanding I remove a window from a building I own outright. 2 weeks later, he called the cops. And the cop? Well, let's just say he didn't leave with the reaction this HOA clown expected.
So I bought this charming old 6-unit apartment building about a year and a half ago. My first big real estate investment. Nothing fancy, but full of potential. I live in one of the units while overseeing renovations. Most tenants think I'm just the maintenance guy. Suits me fine. Now here's the twist. The neighborhood does have an HOA, but it only covers the park, some landscaping, and maybe a few decorative signs. They don't govern private properties like mine. Or at least, they're not supposed to. But then there's him. Let's call him Craig. Craig is the self-appointed HOA enforcer. Clipboard, measuring tape. Polos embroidered with the HOA logo, which he probably ordered himself. Tenants warned me about him, but I figured, hey, I'm not even under HOA control. I've got nothing to worry about. Wrong. I replaced a window in my unit. Nothing wild, just upgraded to a triple-pane, energy-efficient one that still matched the look of the building. 3 days later, boom! Craig slaps this bogus violation notice on the front door, like he's the sheriff in some HOA Wild West. The letterhead was fake official, red bold violation across the top, demanding I revert the window in 7 days or face daily fines. It was addressed to Occupant Unit 3, like I was just some tenant. That was his first mistake. I could have ignored it, but I knew how guys like Craig operate. Give them silence and they'll take a mile. So the next morning, I see him doing his rounds, khakis starched to death, clipboard clutched like it's sacred scripture. I walk up with the notice in hand. Hey, got this on my door. Thought we should talk. He squints at me. You in Unit 3?
Yup.
Then you're the one who violated Section 8, Paragraph 4 of our architectural standards. He actually said that, like I'm in violation of the Geneva Convention or something. I said, Craig, can you show me where it says your HOA has jurisdiction over my building? He huffs. I've been on this board for 7 years. I know the rules. Cool, Craig. Problem is, my building's not even part of your HOA. But he wouldn't have it. Claimed everything in the neighborhood fell under his domain. Like he was the king of HOA land. And then, the threat. If you don't remove the window, fines start at $50 a day. We can even put a lien on your property. Oh, really? Over the next few days, Craig doubled down. More notices. Higher fines. He started photographing my window from across the street. Even wandered into the parking lot with a tape measure like he was casing the joint. Then he made the mistake of harassing my tenants, trying to get them to sign some weird petition about my unsafe modifications. One sweet older lady told me she felt intimidated. 10 days in, I get a certified letter threatening forced remediation. He said they'd hire contractors to rip out the window and bill me. I was fuming, but calm, because I knew something Craig didn't. The law. Then came the Saturday showdown. I'm doing yard work. A cop car pulls up. And guess who's standing by like he just summoned the cavalry? Craig. The officer steps out. Craig immediately starts barking. He's modified the structure without authorization. I wait, calmly. The officer turns to me. Sir, do you live here? Actually, I own the entire building. Silence. Craig's face twitched like his brain short-circuited. I explain the purchase. Show him the paperwork. I live here, I manage the place, and no, We're not part of Craig's little kingdom. The cop, to his credit, nodded, professional, said, "Sir, if this building isn't under HOA jurisdiction, he has no authority." Craig tried to argue, babbled something about neighborhood standards. The cop shut it down. "This is a civil matter at best. If you keep harassing him, he could file a complaint." And just like that, Clipboard Craig was left standing there, deflated, looking like someone kicked over his Lego castle. But he still didn't give up. A few days later, I get a letter from the HOA board, claiming my building is still subject to their rules. That was it. I called my lawyer. She drafted a glorious cease and desist. Sent it to Craig, every board member, and their registered address. It was a masterpiece. Stated clearly that my property had never been part of the HOA, that their notices and threats were baseless, and that any further attempts to contact me or my tenants would lead to legal action. 2 days later, the HOA president emailed me directly, full of apologies. Confirmed Craig was way out of line. Turns out, he wasn't even a real officer. Just a board member on a power trip who made up his own role. I wasn't done. I attended the next HOA meeting, brought printed copies of all the notices, photos of Craig trespassing, even tenant testimonies. I calmly laid it all out, said, "This isn't about community pride. It's about one man abusing fake power to bully neighbors." And then, one by one, others stood up, story after story. Craig had been harassing folks for years. The board had no choice. A week later, I got a letter. Craig was officially removed, banned from acting on behalf of the HOA ever again. Oh, and the building? We just won the neighborhood's Property Improvement Award. Little plaque and all. It's mounted right next to my custom-made sign that reads, "Proudly owner maintained." You want to know the best part? Craig crosses the street when he sees me now. And here's the thing. How do you deal with someone who only respects power when you've got all of it?